It's me again. I'm doing a little Bible verse here, and I want to talk about 2 Kings 17 again. I'm not very good at reading at night, but I will do my best to read this Bible verse, 2 Kings 17. And it says, in the 20th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hoshea, son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaster, king of Syria, and Hoshea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, for he had sent message to king of Egypt, brought no present to the king of Syria, as he had done before, done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the ninth year of Hoshea, king of in the ninth year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria, carried away Israel into Assyria, and placed them in Halah and the harbor by the river of Gozan, and in the cities of the Medes. For it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and the kings of Israel which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their God, and they built them in high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city, and they set them up images and groves in every high hill, under every green tree, and there they burnt incense all the high in all the high places, as did the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they serve idols, whereof the Lord had said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the law which I command you, your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks, like that to the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in the Lord God. They rejected his statutes and his covenant, and he made and that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed valiantly and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove, and worshipped all the hosts of heaven, and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and used divination, enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel, and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, and delivered them into the hand of spoilers, until he had cast them out of his sight. For he ranked Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king. And Jeroboam drove Israel from following the Lord, and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by all servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. And the king of Assyria brought men. Alright, I'm not going to go into that other part. But this is one of the reasons why the children of Israel are scattered to this day. Right? This is the first long captivity they were in before they were taken into Babylon. And it reminds us of how important it is to stay and obey God. When you don't obey God, you will find that a lot of things gonna happen that you didn't expect to happen. Why when I walk down that road every day, but that man come and tell the big rock and bust my head. Then the next day somebody rob your chain. Then the next day you get sickness. Then the next day something happened. And something happened. And you never look at the fact that you could have been disobeying God and what he had put for you to obey. Me included. If I was more obedient to God, I probably wouldn't have lost my legs. So losing my legs is probably punishment. I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes I believe that it is. But one thing for sure is that there's forgiveness. We have forgiveness. We have a chance to say, Lord, forgive me for my sins. It says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. That's any Lord's Prayer. But we live in a society where forgiveness is very hard to get. Mankind would move heaven and earth to not forgive you, to keep you in a place where you are constantly blamed for your actions. Your sin is constantly before you. I was looking at a situation today where they say anybody with gun charges, it stays on their record permanent. No, when a person, or I get vexed, I go and I shoot somebody, and I do my time in prison, and I come out. I now want to rebuild my life. I cannot. Because mankind has chosen to let unforgiveness thrive. Now, even if you were to keep that on your record for a period of time, there should be a time where that should be removed. So that person doesn't have to hang that sin on themselves all the time. You don't know when that gunman go and give his life to God. But he can't get a job. He can't support his children. He can't eat. So they know, because of this permanent record that is on him, he's gonna resort back to the bad life. When he get too hungry, he gonna go and rob Jordans. When he get too low on money, he gonna see the girl walking down the road and snatch your purse. So now you have created a repeat offender through unforgiveness, because you're not giving him an opportunity to rebuild his life, get a job, and move on, because he has already paid his debt. We need to let forgiveness be in our mind. We need to let forgiveness come into our hearts and forgive people. Give people that have done wrong a chance to be better, to live, to seek reconciliation. To say, okay, I have paid my prison time. I've lost my legs because of them here. Whatever the case may be, here is my chance now to rebuild. Let me go and apply at RLCs to work in the factory, man. Let me go and apply at the port to work. Give me a break. Give that man a break. That woman a break. Why she got to go and work at Bush Hill and risk getting shot and killed to get little money to feed the children, because her record is so bad and permanently stained that she cannot seek reconciliation and she cannot rehabilitate back into society. We need to forgive. When we hold people accountable too long, or hold people too long for what they do, they cannot redeem themselves. Because they always got somebody with an evil eye looking at that girl. That boy the other day, he shoot my father. That boy the other day robbed my shop. And they go, let's create a cycle. A cycle. He can end up going to the dark side and doing wrong things just to get by. Joining gangs just to get by, because nobody in society don't want to accept me. But the gang men gonna accept me though. The gang leader is gonna accept him. Even if he gotta shoot somebody for that love, he would prefer to do that than to face society and the evil eyes and the pointing fingers. Let forgiveness be in your mind first,